Good morning once again, and welcome to the 28th of our 365 Bible studies. We're still looking at disaster stories and natural wonders that occur in the Bible and are interpreted by its writers. And as yesterday, so today we're looking at an earthquake or a possible earth tremor. And on this occasion, it was the occasion when Peter was liberated from jail. Here are the words of Acts chapter 12, verses 4 to 11, which I have translated for you. When King Herod had Peter arrested, he put him in prison guarded by 4 squads of 5 soldiers. After the Passover, he intended to denounce him in public, so on the one side we have Peter being kept in prison, and on the other, earnest prayer was being made to God by the church for him. Then, just on the night before Herod was going to perform the show trial, Peter was asleep between 2 soldiers, tethered by 2 chains. And there were sentries outside the door, keeping guard over the prison. Now, just look. An angel of the Lord arrived, and the building shone with light. He slapped Peter on the side and woke him up. He said, "Quick, get up." And the chains fell off his hands. And the angel said to him, "Get dressed and put your sandals on," which he did. And he said to Peter, "Put your cloak on and follow me." So he went out and followed the angel, but he didn't know whether what the angel was doing was real. He thought he was having a vision. Then they passed by the first and second wards and came to the iron gate that led out to the city. The gate opened to them of its own accord, and when they had gone past the next corner, the angel suddenly left. Peter came to his senses and said, "Oh, now I know for sure that the Lord sent his angel, and he saved me both from Herod's hand and from everything that the Jewish people were expecting." Luke, writing here as the author of the Acts of the Apostles, wants us to understand that anything that stands in the way of the gospel getting out will be defeated by God's will. It is impossible at this distance even to guess what the guards might have seen and heard. Even Peter wasn't sure what was actually going on until he looked back on it. We go about our daily lives largely oblivious to the hand of God at work there. How often do we see the hand of God only after all the excitement or the anxiety is over? We have therefore to admit that this is a miracle story, and the hand of God is not seen as it happens, but only in retrospect. Luke says that Peter only came to his senses after the angel had disappeared, and he found himself unexpectedly free. He is not the only one to be surprised, of course. The church was hiding at Mark's house, praying for Peter. When Peter knocked at Mark's door, Rhoda, a servant, recognized his voice and ran to tell everyone without letting him in. They told her she was raving, but she insisted it was him, and the argument continued whilst Peter stood outside knocking. Finally, they let him in, and he explained what had happened. Part of our devotion is to look back over the days of our lives and to thank God for his goodness, which we see there. How often do we neglect to say thank you for those moments when the chains fell off and we can exercise our freedom? We'll see a more explicit earthquake tomorrow. This is one that Paul himself describes as an earthquake, and Luke reports it. And we'll be on day 29 tomorrow, and it'll be Acts 16, 24 to 34. See you tomorrow.